Hey, jara krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik tedalai To perkat kajak Yaki menstem menkawi Subai mau chong isnya si kadang mikis ni Iman bro hiya pertai Do isnya si kuslai Tang ho you nedo hite Perchang lang iwait kai Hey love, hey jara krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik tedalai To perkat kajak Yaki menstem menkawi Subai mau chong isnya si kadang mikis ni Iman bro hiya pertai Do isnya si kuslai Tang ho you nedo hite Perchang lang iwait kai Hey love, hey jara krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik tedalai To perkat kajak Yaki menstem menkawi Subai mau chong isnya si kadang mikis ni Hey jara krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik tedalai To perkat kajak Yaki menstem menkawi Subai mau chong isnya si kadang mikis ni Iman bro hiya pertai Do isnya si kuslai Tang ho you nedo hite Perchang lang iwait kai Hey love, hey jara krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik tedalai To perkat kajak Yaki menstem menkawi Subai mau chong isnya si kadang mikis ni nhau si kuslan Tang ho you nedo hite Perchang lang you wait kai Hey love hey jar krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik bedalai To berkat kajak yaki mesti bengkawi Supaya mau congis ya si kadang mikis ngi Hey, jar krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik tedalai To perkat kajak yaki mesti bengkawi Supaya mau congis ya si kadang mikis ngi Iman bro hiya pertai Do is nhau si kuslai Tang ho you nedo hite Perchang lang you wait kai Hey love hey jar krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik bedalai To berkat kajak yaki mesti bengkawi Supaya mau congis ya si kadang mikis ngi
Shibun, Meghalaya people, this is your caster Delta Plays, and I will be welcoming you back to the Meghalaya Battlequest, the Ultimate Showdown semi-finals. This is day 2 of our Meghalaya Battlequest semi-finals rounds, and we have seen some impressive performances in the day 1 of the matches. We'll be playing right from the match. 4 matches were played yesterday, and today we'll be back with our match number 5th, which will be going on the day 2. And as of now, we will be starting with Group B versus Group C. So the points table also have been made, and I hope you have seen the points table as well. So the map schedule as it is, this is match 1 will be from Irangal, that is Group B versus Group C. The second match will be from Irangal as well, which is Group A versus Group D. And the third match will be between Group B versus Group E, and match 4 will be Group C versus D. And both last 2 matches, match 3 and match number 4, will be of Sanhok, and we'll be seeing the matches. The map has included the Sanhok as well. Let's see, can we have some weekendy actions as well? But as of now, let's check go on to our overall standings. We have on our top of the leaderboards, we can see 4 unknown leaders. They have played 2 matches, and they have won 2 back-to-back chicken dinners and 20 elimination points for them, and rank 20, so they have 40 points. And JTA Janata Thrai Live, they have played 2 matches, in what one score, they have scored chicken dinner, 21 elimination points, 11 ranks points for them, and 32 we have on our third position THL and Esports. How we can forget the dominations in the quarterfinals rounds from them. And we have 4th Atoms Esports as well, and Flankers Esports coming up on the 5th position. 6th we have UCV, 7th we have Team Outcasters, 8th we have DGX Joy, 9th we have Undisputed Joker B, and in 10th position we have Garo Dynasty. So this was top 10. In 11th we have Underdogs, and we'll go around to the next point table of hashtag 12 we have LMG Junior, and hashtag 3 we have THL 0. At 14 we have JTA Esports, and 15 we have Daga. So this was top 15, which will be the teams who will be staying in the top 15 will be qualifying for the next round. And 16s we have Darkside Esports, Byte Gaming, Authenticated, Flex DGX, ETR Esports on 28, THL and 2.0 at 21, and the Matrix at 22. We have more teams to cover up. We have on the 23rd Ohio Boys, 0 rated. They have on 24th, 25th we have Project Ace, 26th we have the TM Kingsman. I mean, amazing. TM Kingsman have been in great, good performance over on the quarterfinals round. Even Ohio Boys, they were also looking quite good in qualifiers and quarterfinals rounds. Let's see. We have a couple of matches still left. They can bounce back to the again to the top spots as well. Team Idolic also at 27th. Young Guns on 28th, Red Zone, RBS Red Zone 29th. At 30th, we have Team 0 IQ, JD Juniors at 31st, and the last will be the Soul Ripper. So we have 32 teams. And we have seen some performance. The overview, you have already know the rules of semifinals rounds. All groups A, B, C, D will face each other, with each group consisting of 8 teams. However, the overall table will be consolidated into one. Face-off group, each group will play 6 matches, 12 matches to be in total, and the total 15 teams will qualify into the final LAN event, which is going to be on 29th. And we have semi-finals rounds point systems on your screen. As you know, the point systems. Is my voice audible right now? Okay, so yeah, point systems, we have placement points: first position 10 points, second position 6 point, third, fifth, fourth point, fifth, third point, sixth, second point 2 points, 7 to 8 1 point, and 9 to 16th will be not getting any points at all. So we have this official points table as well. We already know the prize pool of 1 lakh. So we are yet down very far, not so far from our finals round. In the semi-finals rounds, we have seen the prize pool getting to 50,000 for the winner, 25,000 for the second place. Third place will be getting 10,000. Fourth place till it places we will be getting 2,000 each, and we have a special reward for the MVP, which will be going to 5,000. The players getting the most consistent player, the most dominating performance, which we'll be seeing after final rounds. The player who will be getting the most finish points will be the MVP, and he will be getting that 5,000 bonus amount for him as well. So let's see who will be going to the winner. We'll be switching on to our match very soon. The match coming up from Irangal, that is going to be Group B versus Group C, coming up very soon on your screen. And the lobby is completely waiting for the matches to happen. This is match number 5th, which will be 4 matches will be playing each day. I mean, we have saw the four matches yesterday, 4 matches will be today, and again next tomorrow will be the 4 match again, and we'll see after all those 12 matches that which team will be going to the finals. And top 15 teams, top 16 teams, top 15 teams will be going to the final, and one team that will be the special invited team. So Group B, we have 4 unknown leaders. They are on the top leaderboards, top of the leaderboards. 4 unknown leaders, amazing consistent performance, back-to-back chicken dinners for them. And RBS Red Zone, U4G Junior, we have THLN 2.0, UCV as well, and we have Team Outcasters, Darkside Esport, DGX Joy. And in Group B, this was for the Group B. We will be seeing from Group C as will be, as this is crossover between Group B and Group C. So Group C, we have 0 rated, Undisputed Joker B, JTA, Authenticated, Flankus Esports, and we have Atoms Esports as well. So Daga and the Matrix, they will be from Group C as well. We have as we have 16 teams each group, and we'll be seeing how these teams will be going to perform. Surely in few minutes we'll be live on our screen. The actions coming up. Don't forget to support your favorite teams. I mean, on the chat, on the YouTube comment sections, you should spam your team's name. That's the best way you can show the support to the teams, and that truly motivates. And we have seen some dominating performance from 4 unknown leaders as well, and they are currently on the top box. But don't forget THLN 2.0, they are also bouncing back to the teams, and we have THLN Esports on the 3rd positions as well. So 4th position, I guess, yeah. So we'll be seeing the actions very soon between Group B and Group C. Till then, stay tuned. We'll be starting the match very soon on your screen. This is Meghalaya Battlequest Day 2, match number 5th. First match for today. We'll be seeing back to back 4 matches on the same channel here. Stay tuned. This is your Castle Delta Place. Okay, so we are now back with our matches, and this is the first match coming up on your screens. We have 24 seconds in the lobby, and the first team will be showing up on the screens very soon. The match is coming up on your screens live with our matches for day 2 of semi-finals, and we'll see some crazy actions definitely on your on and we'll be having the flight path very soon. And the first team, four unknown leaders catching up, and this is Group B versus C. And four unknown leaders, as I said, that shiny, glossy, lustrous, dazzling glacier skin of the flight will be taking off, and let's see who will be the captain. So the flight captain for us will be from four unknown leaders, and let's see how their performances are going to be, because definitely we have seen some pure aggression. And the flight path on your screens, this is going from Primox area and ending up to the Milta Power, and quite good, a classic flight path as we see much often, because definitely all the typical drop locations can be easily covered until unless you are going to the very extremist spots. But definitely this will be covering up most of the area, and let's see if some teams are going to the island areas of military base or not. But definitely we have seen in quarterfinals rounds and in semifinals rounds as well that teams are not opting out to the going to that island area. But I hope some team definitely can look forward. I mean teams read those streams. Team definitely watch the stream after they have played games. They usually root out to see the stream. They usually root out to see the strategy. They want to study the rotations of the teams. They usually study the patterns in the way they take fight, and there are a couple, and not just couple of things. I mean, there are a lot of informations coming up after you watch the stream, and that can probably help a team to figure out how they are rotating into the circles, how they are going to take fights, what are the strategies of different teams. But I can see four unknown leaders gliding up their way to the Georgepuli areas, and I think there is another team from another player from RBS Red Zones also into the proximity, but we'll have to see if they have spotted that player or not. But we'll see. RBS Red Zone, they are not into good spot in the points table, but they will also have to gain their momentum, catch up their momentum from this match, because definitely you don't have much matches. You have 6 matches left for the team, for each and every team, and in the meanwhile you have already covered the 2 matches. But we have also we can see Team 3 LMG Juniors. Can we have a early clash between 4 and no leaders and LMG Juniors? Because as I can see on the screens, I had some slight vision of LMG as well, that they are also in that area. So definitely, I mean, this is pure coincidence that team 1, 2, and 3, that is 4 and no leaders, RBS Red Zones and LMG Junior, they both, in numerical wise, they are in the close proximity. Team 1 to Team 2 and Team 3, they, all those teams are in that same areas. Meanwhile, we can see Team 8 as well, which is your DGX Joy. They are also in that area. So I mean, in the meanwhile, we can see 4 teams getting up clustered. Even in the first 10 seconds to 15 seconds of the game, we have a couple of teams who are into very close proximity, and the cluster is gathering up. Can we see some early actions? I mean, this usually happens when teams do not read the drop locations or rotations of each of the teams, and definitely, as this is as I said. But in the meanwhile, in action, we can see DGX Joy in action. One player from DGX Joy, another player coming up from LMG as well. But he has been spotted and he will be taken down and he will be punished very easily. The player from DGX Joy, he just landed up, and I'm unsure how the player from LMG Junior had no footsteps. I mean, whatsoever. I think he was there all time. He should have figured out that footsteps, but he eventually didn't got that footsteps. And in the meanwhile, he will have to be punished for that. One finishing point, the first blood coming up for DGX Joy and Team 3, that is LMG Junior, losing their first player. And let's see how they will be figuring out. We have seen yesterday also that it doesn't matter if you lose early players. We have seen Team 5 from the Group A as well, that they were the first team who lost the players in the school areas, but somehow they definitely managed to bring back the chicken dinner for them. So we can see the same going for LMG Juniors as well. In the meanwhile, we can see Team 2 as well, that is your RBS Red Zone. They are turning up in the way. So we have, I mean, this is pure interesting match, as we have early on clashes between multiple teams. DGX UI also coming up in an action, but we have a team, I mean, Team 3, this, it is not looking good for them. They have already lost one player, and I think the second player for the LMG Junior is in trouble as well. I mean, he is stuck between 3 teams, but definitely he is having buggy and he can run away from here, and definitely it will be a very good call. I mean, if he's willing to take fight, it is not going to be in favor of him. But let's see how he's been taken down from the AKM. Connection has been connected, and he will be definitely taken down at any moment. And this is not looking good for LMG. They will be losing the second player also. But in a retaliation fire, the second the player from RBS Red Zone, he will be getting knocked as well. The support coming up from the behind from LFG team, it is some good work from there as well. But we have back. I mean, this is a purely interesting match to see, because we haven't seen such early clashes and such early fights in semi-finals rounds. But this is between Team LMG Juniors and the in RBS Red Zone. So Team 3 and 2, they both are in a fight. But Team 3 LMG Junior, they will have to be very careful. They have already lost their one player, and they will be also I think second player also from their teams. They are not looking good as of now. The player that was surviving, he will be also losing out, and he will be taken down. And LMG Junior, they will be also losing 2 players from their end. So LMG Juniors, they need to figure out how they will be strategizing from this point of match, because in this kinds of crucial matches, always it is very crucial to have that man advantage. But in an early phase, they have lost 2 players, but we'll see how the things are going up for them. In the meanwhile, circle has formed, and it will be, as I said, it's classical. I mean, normal circle, which we even always see, regularly see in classic matches as well. The circle will be not of any troubles, but definitely we'll have to figure out how the teams are going to take up the rotational classes. Meanwhile, Team 16, that is your Daga, They have also been there in the island area. I mean, Team 16 went for that island area. They have looted. I mean, they have already would have studied the team patterns of the teams, the top locations, and any teams who is watching the stream after the matches would figure out that the island is mostly empty. But in the meanwhile, Team 3, that is your LMG Junior, is on a hunt, and Team 7, the Dark Side Esports, the one player, he isn't looking into trouble because he's already lost so much of HP. Even if one bullet, if it connects, he will be knocked out straight away. But we have to see how LMG Junior's players are going to take those fights, because in an event they have already lost two players. They will be not wanting to take so much of risk in getting one position, one finishing points. But because okay, so not two players, I think that player was somehow survived. I'm sorry, it was second player coming up from so we have RBS red zone again. That player is knocked off and he will be finished. So RBS red zone is not looking, things not looking good for them. They will be in a battle with Team 13, that is JTA, Janta Tribe Life. They are also looking good into the matches. They are also in the top 5 spot, and they will be hunting down the team spotted one player. They took one finish off, and the other player coming up from behind, he will be also knocked out and he will be finished. So last player surviving from RBS red zones, they are already very in the positions into the points table. They are very much into problematic scenario, because if this match, I mean, they have to be very careful about their matches. They will have to figure out how to get those placement points and case points as well. But things are not looking good for them. In event of even the first circle has not been and first circle has been made. After the first circle, in the second circle, they have already lost the 3 players. Last player will be surviving from them, and if that player is spotted by any team or any player, it will be done, and it will be over and out for RBS Red Zone. They will be also disqualified from this match, and from that moment in which your only last 3 games is left, it can be very challenging to get yourself qualified, because only 15 top 15 teams will be getting qualified. And definitely I would want some team to be in the top 15. We have seen their performances, but it's all about the 6 games they will be playing. Today 2 matches will be there, and today and 2 matches will be tomorrow, which is a Saturday. We'll be seeing day 3. So it is day 2. 2 points for JTA as well. Jata 5 Live, they have spotted in rotation. They have spotted another team in proximity. That is PHLN 2.0. They are also looking good as of now, but they will have to figure out how they are going to take this battle against THL 2.0. But I think that rotation clashes will not happen. Eventually, Team 13 will be JTA, will be rooting out for some comeback. But in the meanwhile, some players are getting knocked out from play zone. I think it is from Team ICY, and we'll have to see if any player can. I mean, I think he's AFK, or maybe he would have lost his HP by falling off, or some vehicles, but he will be knocked off as of now. As I said, I think he was uh, AFK, and he will be losing the life. So it is not looking good for Team 3. LMG Juniors, they already lost 2 players, and the one player is knocked off in an open. I think he was AFK. He fallen into that water, and the zone has taken up, and it will be not looking good for LMG Juniors in this type of crucial matches. You cannot afford these kinds of losses. But as RBS Red Zones and LMG Junior, they both will be surviving in one team. In the meanwhile, Team 10 in a fight was 0 rated. So Undisputed Joker versus 0 rated is going to happen. And meanwhile, he will be just getting into the time, or he could have been knocked out as well. One player, he's in the compound, and I think he's stuck in an open areas. But I think there is one cover, but we'll have to see how these both teams, Undisputed Joker and 0 rated, are going to pick up the fights. The spray are being transferred, but this is pure interesting match. This is day 2 match number 5th of semi-finals, and we are seeing some aggression, and we are seeing some fights between these teams. I mean, it is looking very good for them, because we have the teams who are looking up, catching up in the fight. In a meanwhile, into scenarios, Undisputed Joker B and Zero Rated, they are into fight as well. But we have seen actions between team number 9 as well. I think they have spotted one player from Darkside Esports, and he will be also knocked off, and he will be finished off. So team 9, Flankers Esports, they are also catching up on the actions. Things are not looking good for Darkside either. They have lost 2 players again. So we have actions coming up from each direction. And the last player which was surviving from Darkside Esports, he will be also survive. I mean, what happened? I mean, in just fraction of seconds, we have seen this team getting wiped out and disqualified from the match. Darkside Esports not looking good for them. I mean, this will be the first team getting knocked off from the matches, and we will have to look how things happen between them. But team number 9, the Flankers Esports, they will be getting those easy 3 finishing points. But in the meanwhile, team 11, they are also into problematic scenarios. Last player will be surviving. He will have to clutch it up for the team, or else his play team will be getting down to 1v2 scenario coming up of Flankers Esports. And last player who will be surviving, he will be throwing that net. If that net's connect, he will have to revive his teammates very early, or the scenario could be very problematic. So the buggy run, definitely the place, the nades are being thrown up. If one nade connects, the team 11 can bid off for the team for these games as well. But team 10, Undisputed Jokers as well, they will also have to revive the players. But let's see if the team 0 rated, they are going for the fight, or they will be falling back again to good positions. But nades are being thrown up, but the players from Undisputed Jokers B, they are throwing up nades, but 0 rated, they have already fallen back. But let's see if the fights are going to carry up. But team 10, they are looking good. They have again their mans on their feet, but there will be only 2 players surviving from 0 rated. They will have to be very, very careful. One bad move and they can be disqualified from the match. They will have to gain a good momentum, but they are being chased down, and the players, he will be getting shot from the behind. And I think it's different team that are sandwiching into the scenario. Team 11 not looking very good, because from the front you can see the team 0 rated B, and again a player coming up from behind. I think it's Atom Esports or somewhere, they are getting shots from behind as well, and last player will be surviving from 0 rated. I mean, they have stuck into a sandwich scenario. They are getting shots from each and every directions, and we can see as well another team following up into the actions thing. They will have to figure out somehow how to come up from this scenario. As I said, yes, this is team 14. They have spotted the last player, the one player who was into the actions, and he was knocking off that player. And last player, I think it was from team 11 as well, and I think it will be done and out for team 11. But we have actions coming up from each and every directions. Now we have Atom Esports. They are now into the fight with, I guess it's team 4, which is your THL in 2.0. It is going to be a good scenario as well. We are I mean, this is quite very, very aggressive match we are seeing up. Team 14, the player will be knocked out, and he will be it will be very, very tough to get him a revival. But I think that smoke will be wasted, and he will be bleeding out. But let's see if he can be revived or not. But as I said, it's very, very tough. But he will be run over by a US vehicle. Are we seeing a classic match, or this is semi-finals of Meghalaya, the ultimate showdown? I'm unsure. The players, how they are taking those up from those fights. I mean, it was from team 13, that is JTA. They are very much confident, and they are looking good into matches. I mean, that finish off from running off from the vehicle, it made me confused as we are seeing the custom matches, or this is something we can say a classic match, because this kinds of aggression, this kinds of gameplays, GTA, are they going to push for more kills, or are they going to take up in the different directions? But at Sport, they will have to be very careful, because in an open trench, there can be multiple shots, and this position, it's not always good. As I said, this is something, and the crater in which Atom 3 Sport has taken up the positions, nades are very prominent in these areas. I mean, this kinds of dig in which the players are taking up the charges and the positions, it can be very, very destructive, because one good nade and the team can definitely wiped out. But we can see team 13, they are going for that fight. 4 mans, they are pushing up for the atoms to shoot. They are hungry for the kills, and they will be definitely into the actions. Uh, they have spotted one player, took that one player down. He will be knocked out, finished off, and I mean, they are trying their best to train needs and mollies, but at Esports, they are not in the compound, but they are also not very far away. GTA, they are hunting in a pack, and they are definitely waiting for the kills. Those pre-fires in each and every direction, those shots coming up. I mean, this is showing the aggression they are going for. They are not stopping. They are taking those fights very crucially, and we'll have to figure out if they can spot the team 14. They are looking very aggressive as of now, but can this aggression will be in their favor, or this aggression is going to take their chances? As of now, JT are looking good into positions, and I think they have spotted team 14 Atoms Esports, and it is going to be a very interesting fight, because JTA, they are hungry for the kills, and team 14, they are not back either, and the top 5 teams, they are definitely, GTA is also doing very good, and at Esports, they are also looking very good into the points table. So both teams, they are good, they're doing good. They are into a good situation, but we'll have to figure out how the fight is going up for them. They are scouting each and every building each and every rooms. They are taking up those free fires. They are taking up those chances with them, and it is going to be a very important. Team 12 also, they are also in the close proximity of what's happening between Atoms Esports and JTA. They will be looking their fight authenticated esports. They are also keeping an eye between Atoms Esports and JTA, and mark my words, the moment they feel the opportunity to get some kills, they will be rashing upon. And they have also lost one player, but with 3 mans, I think it will be quite good for them as well. Third circles, can we have circles on our screen, how the circle is going to take up, and we'll see which teams needs to rotate into it and how things are behaving. But Atom Esports, they will have to also move up authenticated. They will also need to take up on the charge, and in the circle they have made. But look at that southern areas of circle. Oh, I mean, there are quite a lot of teams coming up from that farm and Pochinki areas, and in the southern areas we can see a lot of clusters happening between, but 4 unknown leaders, they will also have to look forward. And team 9, they are also in that same areas. 4 unknown leaders, they will have to take fights with the Flankers Esports, and they will have to figure out how they are going to get deep inside the circle. But as of now, Flankers Esports, they are also not turning their back off. They will be also wanting those skills, and they will be also getting those high performances game. But for unknown leaders, this team has to look for, because definitely they are very aggressive. In 2 matches, they have scored 21 finishing points, if I'm not wrong, and we'll have to see how the count is getting increased in third match. In the meanwhile, they are looking good as of now. 4 mans intact and alive, but the challenge coming up for them, it will be none other than Flankers Esports. And the FL Esports, Flankers Esports, they are also good. They also know how to play the games, and they also know how to get overcome from these scenarios. But it will be going to interesting fight between team 1 and team 9. So we will have to look forward in school areas as well. We can see team 15, they are scouting out there into the matrix. They are as of now into the good positions, but somehow if the tables are turning, it is going to be turning by the way the circle will be behaving. Can we have some great zone shift? The circle is going to take up the chances. And meanwhile, in an action, we can see team 4 and 5, that they are the THL in 2.0 and UCV, they are into a fight, and I can see one player getting knocked off from UCV. And I mean, this is a coincidence, we can say, or anything, but these synergical numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they are always into the fights. I mean, you can see team 4 and 5, that is UCV and THL in 2.0, they are into the battle as of now, and one is going to be the winner of that fight, and eventually they will have to move inside the circles. But team 13s, they are as of now are alive, but UCV, they are going into the battles, and one player, he will be there. can see two players actually, but that vehicle bus, that buggy bus will be taking down one player. He will be knocked out and he will be finished off. I mean, it's quite impossible for him to get revived from this situation until some miracle gameplay comes up. But Team 13, they are looking good. GTA, they are hunting and they are aggressive for those kills. They will be very confident as of now, and why not? They are also into good positions in the point table. They could have, they will be taking their chances, and 2 points, two players will be getting knocked off for UCB, and things are not looking good. And one player, he will be pressurizing the scenario, and meanwhile he will be taking down the last player surviving from UCV, and JTA again back with their 5 kills, and that player, I think he's searching for that emotes. I think he's lost with some emotes, or was he AFK? I'm unsure. Probably, I think he was searching for that emote buttons. But what a performance coming up from JTA. I mean, you can see the aggression in their movements, you can see aggression in their calls, you can see aggression in their fights. I mean, if they are spotting any team, they are going to, they are taking their chances. Meanwhile, also we can see THL and 2.0, they are firing up and they will be taking the shots against. Esports also in the meanwhile in the back shot you can see in the upper areas, but we have circle as of now, and in dead inside the circles we can see in the epicenter we have THL and 2.0 that is in the middle of the circle. All they have to do is to just keep their positions intact. All they have to do is to defend that in circles, and look at that interesting circles. I mean, that there is only one single compound in between circles, and each and every team, they will have to figure out their way into the opens, and there are multiple teams who will be coming inside that open areas. And guess what, THL and 2.0 have all the opportunity to get those points into their favors, but Team 16s, they will also have to fight it out, and they will have to fight out very fastly, because definitely after that the circle will be starting up and it will be giving a lot of damages. So people, so the players will have to figure out how they will be going to take the route and set the circle. Right in the middle of Team 16, there will be starting one there, and there will be attempt to vehicles. But guess what? They will be coming up with that. They will be coming up with that knocks. If they are going to take 1 or 2 knocks in that building, then they can leave static apartment area, or they will be getting shots from the behind, and this is not what the team will be wanting. For Team JTA, one player was knocked out, but he will be revived pretty much very easily, and I don't think it will be very problematic for JTA to go inside the circle. We can see Team 9 on the left side and Team right on the right side, if they somehow manage to fight out with the Team 9, that is Flankas Esports. But look at that Flankas Esports. I can see each and every player, 4 players are surviving, and each and every player is inside that shack, one shack, and if that nades come inside in the close proximity of that shack, full team will be disqualified. But let's see if Team 1 for unknown leaders, they have any idea that what a good nade can do, and definitely he has pulled that nade. Can this nade connects? He will be surviving in 10 HP. He will have to use that first aids yet back again, but he will be using those bandages, as he has not left with more first aids. But that nade, I mean, if he gets connected, in the meanwhile the circle is also starting up, catching up, and it will be very intact in those areas. And you look at those clusters, there are a lot of teams in that areas, but Team 16, they are looking good, and that is Daga. They have found their way into the circles, and meanwhile now they will be firing up on the teams which is coming back from the circles. So these Team 13, they are it is not looking good, and the message there is they will have to be very careful. Last player who will be surviving, I think, from their end as well. And Team 4 unknown leaders, they are not much into the placement point, positions point, but clearly they can gain some good placements point, but they will have to be very careful. Team 16s as well, they will be pulling off that grenade, but I doubt if those grenades is going to connect. But if the nades connects, definitely the team will be done and out. And inside the circles, we can see multiple players getting knocked out from the play zones, and that play zone will be the true MVP of this game, because as I can see, 10 to 15 players getting knocked out and wiped out from that single play zone. So now we have a teams left. We have Daga, we have our top leaderboard for unknown leaders, and we also have quite a lot of teams still alive into the circles. We have they were also the Matrix. They are also as of now they will be surviving. And meanwhile, we can see Team 13. They are also left with two players that is authenticated. They will also have to figure out. I'm sorry, JTA. It's not authenticated. It's JTA that they will be rooting out inside the circles. Can we have a look at the circle? Which teams are inside the circles and which team will have to work it out to get inside the circles? As we can see, I can see barely one or two teams that are close to the circles, and it is quite impressive for the leaderboard. I mean, for unknown leaders, they are way inside the circles, but that Wiki will be taking down one player down, and can the taken. The spray is coming up from Team 13. He will be spraying that, and look at that good spray coming up from JTA. He will be taking down that player, and he will be getting those finishing points. But JTA last player, he's surviving, and he is trying best for his team to get the maximum finishing points he can get. 115 is in their favors. The Matrix. They are looking good as of now. They were spotted in an open, and Team 16 Daga. I'm unsure, and I am can let the Matrix come inside the circles, because they were quite in an open, and the Daga was the team that took the first inside the circle. They could have easily wiped out Team 16. That is the Matrix, but the nade will be going up, and he will be claiming that winner chicken dinner. So the Team 15, that is the Matrix, will be the winner chicken, will be the winner for the first match and match number 3 of semi-finals rounds. Who? What a match! What a aggressive lobby we have seen. We are seeing in the semi-finals round. Star of the match. I think it was a play zone, or I think it was a vehicle burst which took that player and down. And we'll have to see how the team's performance. The star of the match on your screens, we have Jawai, and we have best companion as well. Last finish points definitely not going up, because it will be of I think it was play zone or vehicle bus. I couldn't see on the screen, but definitely it is the first winner chicken dinner coming up on your screen. So we have match number 2 coming up very soon. That is match 6th of Meghalaya Battlequest, the ultimate showdown, coming up very soon. We'll stay tuned. In 5 to 10 minutes, we'll be starting the match number 2 of day 2. This is and match 6 overall, and we'll have a clash between different teams, and it is going to be between Group A versus Group D. That the next match, it will be from Irangal as well. Group A will be fighting out with Group D for in those rounds, and after that we will have back-to-back Sanhok matches as well. Let's see if we can get actions in Sanhok. I mean, Sanhok are always good into the actions, because that is a map which is very closely packed. I mean, that is 4x4 match. Teams are always into good into. There are a lot of early clashes in Sanhok areas, because the map is small. There are many occurrences of fights. So Sanhok is always going to be an aggressive match. We'll see how things will be turning up in the Sanhok matches. But next up, we are coming with match number 2 of day 2, Meghalaya Battlequest, the ultimate showdown. And this is, we are playing semi-finals round. This is Caster Delta plays. We'll be catching up after a very short break. Thank you. hello everyone, welcome back to the Meghalaya Battlequest, the Ultimate Showdown 2.0, and we are back with our match number 6 of semi-finals rounds of our Meghalaya Battlequest, and this is your caster Data Plays, and we will be seeing off the Group A will be fighting out with the Group D. Into the second match, we have Group A, which will be of Team Idolic, Garo Dynasty, THL Esports, TM Kingsman, Underdogs, Team Zero IQ, Ohio Boys, Flex DGX, and we will having the players from Group D as well coming up on your screens. We have these players from Group A, total of eight teams, and we have players from Group D as well. That is JK Esports, THL Zero, Bayet Gaming, Young Guns, JD Junior, ETR Esports, Seven Soul Reapers, and Project Ace. So we have total of 16 teams playing off for the final into the semi-finals. We have map schedules on your screens as we had first match. We had Erangel matches. In the second, we had match of Erangel. We are going to play match number 2 from the Erangels, which is going to be Group A versus T, and then we'll be back with Sandhawk back to back 2 matches in the Sandhawk as well. So we'll be looking up Sandhawk in the match third, and now we'll be playing up into the Erangels matches very soon on your screens. Coming up the matches very soon. We have point tables will be updated after the 4 matches, and it will be posted on the Instagram channel of Jubilant Divines Esports. So make sure you follow them there as well if you want to be updated by your team performances. The lobby is waiting. The teams are ready. The players are ready of Group A and Group D. And this is the match 2 of day 2 semi-finals rounds, and this will be going to the Erangel matches, and definitely we'll be seeing the teams getting back into the actions. And we have a couple of teams who are aggressive, but and the leaderboard we'll be seeing after end of the day that who are the teams, are there any change into the tables as we are into the very early and starting phase of the matches. uh, we will be seeing a quite of turn of events, and there is possibility of many shifts of teams, ups and downs into the points table, but we'll have to look how and the teams will be performing. Lobby is waiting. The players are waiting. Match 2 on your screen. Very soon we'll be playing live matches for the Wrangle matches as well. Uh, okay, so we have our lobby onto the screen. As you can see, there are teams waiting up into the lobby. Team Idolic, they will be catching up into the actions. First team from the Idolic, we have Garo Dynasty, THL and Esports. They are also looking good into the positions. They are into top 5 as well. TM Kingsmen, they have the potential. We have seen TM Kingsmen performing very good, and these teams know the aggressions, and we have seen them in the qualifiers rounds as well and into the quarterfinals rounds as well. But as of now, they are not good into the position points as well as finishing points. They are not up to the mark, but definitely we'll see how this team is going to back up. And underdogs, Team Zero IQ, Ohio Boys also. I mean, these two teams have not performed yet up to their mark, but definitely we can see some turn of events as the tournament progresses. But let's see on our screen. Can we have the flight path coming up on your screens as well? The flight has taken up. IDY will be taking the charge of the flight captain from Lipovka to the military base. I mean, one match we see a very ideal, a very comfortable flight path. In the next match, we see something very unique and very rare kind of flight paths. I mean, but let's see how teams are going to take up drops. In the meanwhile, match 1 coming up with a lot of drop clashes, a lot of early fights. I mean,
after we went two or three circles, and it was second stage only, and we saw a lot of players, 10 to 15 players, getting eliminated from the match. But ideally, they have taken up their into the Lipovka areas, and they will be looting out the whole Lipovka. But is there any team to challenge them? We'll have to see. But definitely, we'll be very eager to see some draw clashes if it's happening, and we'll be eager to see how teams are going up to take the fights. But definitely in the semi-finals rounds, we are seeing the aggression, and also into in the previous matches, match number one, we saw that the teams are not getting afraid of taking the fights. They are rooting for that early fights. They are going into they are backing up their skills. They are backing up their gun powers. And in the meanwhile, team fights, underdogs, they will be also into in the situations. I mean, one player is into the lobby, but it will be not much of a trouble. All the rest of the teams are there into the Dacia, and they will be moving out into the comfortable areas. First of all, they will definitely. It is good choice if you are moving into the vehicle, and if you are going to your typical flight, typical drop locations. It is always a good decision, a wise decision to in a route, if you found some compound, just to loot out areas, just in case if you have some drop, if you have some rotational classes, you have enough gun power to take those fights. Or in a meanwhile, but circle, that is typical weekendy circle, as we are seeing on your screens on the left side. In a meanwhile, we have some clashes between are THLN 0 versus we have team 15s on your team 13 on your screen, that is JD Junior. So we have THLN 2.0 versus JD Junior, and it is very interesting to see each and every time. I mean, from the quarterfinals rounds as well, I have seen these both teams getting into drop clashes a lot of times, and also into very early clashes. And there are a number of scenarios in which THLN 2.0 had a fight with GD Juniors as well. But we'll have to see how they are now performing. But things are not looking good for JD Juniors, as they have lost their two players. In a meanwhile, the rush is being targeted, the rush is being followed, and we have some early clashes between both of the teams. But as of now, THLN 0, they are looking quite good, comfortable. They have two finish points as of now into their hands. But it will be not I mean, THLN GD Junior, they will be not on the good side, because definitely they have lost early two players, and they will have to figure out their way into this match from now on, with the only two players remaining. And in this kind of matches where players are rooting out for some passive gameplays, we have seen a very competitive lobby. We have seen a lot of players surviving. I mean, 30 to 40 people are still surviving into the fifth and sixth stage. Even after that, if 30 players are surviving at that stage, it is very crucial that the man advantage is in your favor, or else you could be easily defeated by the teams who are coming up with the four mans. In the meanwhile, we have TM Kingsman. This team will have to perform better. I mean, this team has the potential. These teams know how to take fights, and we have seen this team being very aggressive. But nonetheless, this teams as of now has not yet performed up to the mark into the semi-finals. I mean, what they will have to figure out what is going wrong for them, because you don't have enough matches. You have just 6 matches, in which already 2 matches has been done, and for the rest of 4 matches, you will have to figure out how these teams are going to perform, because eventually you will have to work on your weaknesses very well, and you will have to figure out where this team is lacking behind. Because if you're not going up a good if you're not going up good into the first 3 or 4 matches, it is going to be very tough situation, very problematic situation. If you are into the last 2 matches, and then you will be forced to take some wrong decision. You'll be forced to take some strict decisions, I mean, if you are not into in the last 2 matches, if you are on your own, it is definitely not a good scenario where this team would want themselves. In the meanwhile, we have young guns as well, and we have Ohio boys onto the screens. Talking about Team TM Kingsmen, we have on our screens Ohio boys as well. They have also been a very good into form into qualifiers rounds and as well as in quarterfinals rounds. We have saw this team getting uh, getting a lot of times into the top fives and also into the top. I mean, a lot of times these teams have been into top fives and top 10 scenarios, but we'll have to see how they will be rooting out into this matches, because definitely they will have to bounce back into this game, and one good match, it's all what it takes to gain your confidence and gain your momentum. This game is not just about mere uh, gun power and game skills. This game is a lot about confidence also, and this game is a lot about momentum as well. If the team is having those confidence, you are performing a lot. I mean, the confidence, it definitely affects your gameplay a lot. I mean, if you are very confident, if your hands are moving into good momentums, if you are getting those good fights, if you are your calls are good, your definitely game skills are improved. So the confidence, they will need one good game for Ohio boys and TM Kingsmen. Definitely they will be back into their momentum, and we know how good this team can perform. So but we'll have to look for a good game. I mean, if things are not going to the favor, they can just TM Kingsmen, we know them for the aggression, so definitely if they are not going well, they could definitely like they can just be into the game for some moment, and they can take their time, analyze the situation, take one or two fights, important fights, and in the last stage of the match, you can definitely change things into your favor. But ETR Esports, they have been performing well as well, and ETR Esports, they will have to look how they are going into these matches. Can we have the circles on our screens? So let's see how this circle is going to behave. In the meanwhile, the first circle will be closing up very soon. THL and Esports coming up from that southern areas, and we have seen the domination from THL and Esports. They are looting up out the shooting range area, and in the meanwhile, these teams can perform very well into the situation. In a second, the new circle will be formed, and let's see where the circle is going up. Definitely in the Gatka areas, the cluster is being formed up, and there is a lot of cluster coming up from that Rosehawk areas as well. Look at that cluster coming up from Rosehawk area and that bridge from the George Pool. I mean, 2 or 3 teams will be entering from that area. Then THL and Esports, they will also have to cross that bridge. If any teams by chance be team 2, I think, or it's team 5, definitely they can zone keep those areas. They are well inside the circle as of now. So Garo Dynasty and Underdogs, they can be into good position, and THL in 2.0, as sorry, THL in Esports, they will have to figure out how they are going to get inside that circle, because if they will be trying to get from the areas, they can definitely get shot from team 2, that is your Garo Dynasty. They are trying well to get those high grounds, and always, as I said, in these kinds of circles where Everest, that hill of George Pool is inside that circle, you always want that hill to be occupied. In a meanwhile, team coming up with some action, and one player has been knocked out, and let's see where this fight is going up, and back-to-back knocks for the team. I think 2 players will be taken down. It is between team 16, that is your Project Ace. They are quite good, 2 finishing points for them, and I think it is the team which was not doing good. I think it is JD Junior who has been disqualified, I guess. I'm not sure, but I think it's JD Junior. They were left with 2 players, and they will be, I think, it was the last 2 players from JD Junior that were spotted out, and the 2 finishing points coming up in that for Project Ace, and things not good for them. They've lost pretty much very early stage into the matches, but nevertheless, we have 3 matches left. I mean, overall, for every team, you can say that they have almost come up with a 50 90% of the matches. And meanwhile, Idyllic, they are into fight with Ohio Boys, into rotational clashes. Steve is trying his best. He has having that AMK, spraying out that AMK, and he's trying to rotate into the areas, trying to have a good position. But it can be very risky move for the Idyllic. They will have to be very careful. One good spray, and that player can be taken down from that running vehicles, and they will definitely would not want that kind of situations here. But Team Idyllic, they spotted the teams. They have gained that information they would have needed, and they have again pushed back themselves to their original positions, and they will be the whole team. I think it was scout. It was a good scout overall. Team Idyllic, they had sent their scout, and they had definitely know the position. But Ohio Boys, they will also need to be very careful. They have lost two players, and Ohio Boys, as I said, they know how to survive. They know how to get that placement points into the matches, and they have all those players surviving up into the last. I mean, there are a lot of matches we have seen Ohio Boys going up with all four players surviving into the even into the last 4 or 5 stage zones. But the team is lacking behind. I think they are not. The execution, they can be trying something new into the semifinals rounds, but Ohio Boys, they will need to work on their weaknesses where they are lacking, because we have seen this team. This team knows how to survive. This team always comes up into the last 4 to 5 matches. We have seen that it is not going good for them. In last 2 matches we have seen as well, and this is the third match of the semifinals rounds, and still in this match, Ohio Boys, they have lost 2 players. But we have on our own. But THLN, as I said, always this team doesn't. This team, talk about fear. This team has none. Every time, even in the range, if you see any team, this team is all about pure aggression. I was talking how this team is going to get inside the circle, because definitely they will have to battle out with the Garo Dynasty. But look at that aggression. They have bring their fight to their home, and they have 4 players remaining from their side, and they have rushed into that. Nade will be getting connected, and one player will be knocked out. Let's see, Garo Dynasty can in the scenario again. That nade will Pablo Escobar 70, he will be surviving with barely 20 HP. Another good follow-up nade, and 2 players will be down and out, and now THLN 0. They are into the aggression. The blood has tasted the lion's mouth, as I said, and definitely one player will be losing up in the fight. Second player will be knocked down from THLN as well. They will have also need to be very careful, or things might turn ugly for them as well. But that but that push coming up, THLN, Pablo Escobar will finish off. I think 2 players surviving from each of the teams, THLN as well, and from Garo Dynasty as well. They will have to be very careful. That nade coming up, he will be also giving that chip damage, but they need to be very careful. Garo Dynasty, they are also taking their steps by analyzing the situation, and let's see if that player can be revived or not. Definitely the revival has been made, but it has to be very important revival. And we can see 2 players covering up the areas, and they are definitely they are definitely covering up into the areas, and we'll see how THLN 2.0 THLN Esports are performing into the matches. Naruto coming up, and let's see pure aggression with that team. But BTK, the BTK Apple Juice, he will have to rotate in, and they will be backing off from this fight. And why not? THLN, they lost 2 players into the match, and again the circle is also forming up. This new circle will be going up into the Pochinki areas, and the team 9 which is there, that JTA Esports, definitely they are also looking to the good position. But Ohio Boys, the troubles are not stopping for them. The last player was surviving, I guess. From there, I think he has also been spotted, and he will be also taken down. Ohio Boys, big troubles. They will have now left with 3 matches, and they will have to figure out how they will be performing into those area. Project Ace, they are also into. Oh, I'm sorry, it was not Ohio boys. It was somebody, some other teams who got eliminated. But Ohio boys, they need to move inside the circles as well. Team Idyllic as well. They are also surrounded by multiple teams, but we'll have to see how Ohio boys are going out in the scenario, because Project is definitely they have in an eye, and in Ohio boys it's 1v2 situation. In a meanwhile, that player who was inside the shack, he will be taken down. Now it comes to the last man surviving from Ohio boys, and it is not going to be good. It's not going to get easy for them. Project S, they are hunting, and they will be 3 points into their back, and they will be now moving up into the situation. But in the meanwhile, team 12, that is your young guns, they have also spotted Project Ace, and one player, that is Kazi, he will be knocked out. And after that, but the things are turning up. Sprays are being made, but one good connection, and can be taken up down. Borat, he will be spraying those sprays back to back. But let's see how things are going to turn. The Project Ace, they are well inside the circles. In a meanwhile, also young ones, they are also inside the circles. They do need much to move move into the areas, but they will have to be very careful. One good hard shift and they can be into trouble. As the Project Ace, meanwhile, the one player has knocked out, the second player is also getting those shots from each and every direction. He has no idea where the shots is coming from, and it is coming from young guns only. And that buggy, he will be run over by that buggy. What a good call of performances from young guns. I mean, one player, he knew his location, he was spraying him down. He had no time, he had no space to move, because even if the 1 inch of that body is exposed, he will be getting bullets on those areas. And the other player, he just ran over him by that buggy. It was a commendable team calls, and it was this is what happens when the team plays in synergy, and we have seen that example of that at that very moment. By that buggy, he will be smashing those areas, and I think the nade is going to come up very soon. It is going to be 1v1 battle. Definitely that player will be coming up in a 1v1 action. He will be taking that one player. Last player will be surviving from Project S, and this is not going to be tough. He will be into that 1v3 situation. Can he pull this off 1v3, or it is going to be very tough situation? The ball is inside that shack, and this will be done and out for the team Project Ace. They have acquired 6 finishing points, but it will be done and out. In the meanwhile, team 12, the aggression they have shown, but don't forget, they can also be hunted. We will have to see how THL and Esports are going to get inside the circle. Can we have a look at the circles too, and then we can have an idea about how the teams are going to get inside the circles as well. But THL and Esports, they were looking good, but we'll have to see how they are going to get comfortable into this situation. But in the meanwhile, team 15s as well, Byte Gaming, one player was knocked out, but he will be revived very easily. But I would request, can we have a circle vision to see how the circle is performing, and let's see how the cluster is being formed up into the matches. But we have on your screens team 10, that is THL and 0, THL and Esports. They are, as I said, four finishing points for them as well. Yet another squad spotted, that squad taking those squad down. This team knows how to perform, and this team knows how the aggression works for them. But it is quite impressive to see how the team, I mean, all 4 finishes is going to Kenshin. I mean, this player is playing in a different league, and this player we have also seen performing very well, and all the 4 finish point for THLN coming up from that single player only, and we'll see how the momentum is going up for them as well. In a meanwhile, team 5 underdogs and team 9 JTA Esports, they are into the clashes as well. But Pochenki, I think it's going to be long run for the Pochenki to be inside the circle, and definitely if any hard shifts come, then it can be a crucial situation for both of those teams who are in the Pochenki areas. But if the circle remains inside the Pochenki, this can be their game as well. But never mind, the Pochenki has a lot of compounds who are still not taken. Definitely also coming up on the side of the map, and they can acquire that higher position. But look at that positions coming up from Team Idolic as well. Sorry, Team Kingsman as well. They are also acquired that higher ground, and they can be also into a good situation. Meanwhile, and there are some shots being exchanged between Team 15 by Ed Gaming. They will also have to revive their player that has been knocked off right now. But I think revival will be made pretty much easily. I think there are long fights coming up into the situation, and in these long range fights, there are always probability and possibilities of revivals and getting again back into their full health. But fights, I think Team 6 is in a different mood. That is zero IQ. They are charging up. They know that the one player has been knocked out. The need is being the smokes are being deployed to charge up on those areas. They're blocking their visions of the opponent so that they can charge. But definitely we'll have to see how the teams are going to perform. That Molly is also being thrown, but I think that need, I think it will continue. Definitely that player is again knocked out. But if this needs connect, it can be problematic for the Bayard Gaming, but I'm unsure if that need is going to correct. But Team 15, they will have to look at very carefully. The player who was knocked out again, he will be again. And the Witch has that cover. It has a situation, but the flank coming up from Team 15, he will be taking that one player down. And I think it is a very good move coming up from Bayard Gaming. It was looking problematic for actually for Bayard Gaming, but the flank angle coming up from that player, he will be taking out one player down, and it is a very wise move to get inside those compound areas, because from backside also one team is coming up. You can be in stuck into a sandwich situation, so it is very wise move to get inside the circle. In the meanwhile, Team Idolic also surviving with all those 4 players, so we have lobby, very intense lobby coming up, and these fights, rotational classes happening between Team Idolic. One player will be knocked down, he will be taken down. 2 players getting knocked out from Team Idolic. Last player surviving, and he will have to carry his team. Okay, so last 2 players surviving from Team Idolic, and it is also not looking good for Team 11 either. They are also 2 players down as of now. 7 Soul Reapers versus happening between Team Idolic. Last player surviving. Yet another player has been knocked down, but revival, I think it is very easy to get that revival, but one good nade and Team Idolic can be done and dusted for this match. But they will have to be very careful. Team Idolic, they also need to move out, and 7 Soul Reapers, they also need all those players back into their feet. But let's see, the circle is pushing up, and I think it will be not possible to revive all the players for Team Idolic or Team 7 Soul Reapers either. And it is very wise move. This was the move I was talking about all around quarterfinals round, qualifiers rounds, and also into the semi-finals rounds, that when it is not when it is very hard, when it is very risky to get that revival, do not go for that revival, because that one revival can take all teams down, and THL and Esports will have to see how this team is performing. I can see they have acquired some good finishing points in this matches as well. Can they convert this into a chicken dinner? But Team THL and Esports, they are quite into the open, and they will have to move out in the situation. And meanwhile, team number 9, JTA Esports, they have a very close vision, a Hawkeye vision into that THL and Esports. If they move into the open, can be achieved. But the players from team number 9 finding those cheeky angles into the buildings, and they will be spraying those guns, and they will be taking up 1 or 2 knocks either from both of the teams. But THL and Esports, they are not looking good into the situation. They will have to move out from an open, and it is going to be a very tough situation. Let's see. I mean, can we have a vision at a circle, and let's see how the teams have to rotate in order to get inside the circle, which teams are inside the circle and which are not. On your screens we'll have that zone, and let's see which teams have zone advantage and which teams are not. In a meanwhile, we can see a very hard shift coming up, and all those buildings, the zone has left the building and came up into the open. And TSL and Esports, I think it is not going to be that much problematic for them to get inside the circle. They just need to fight with one team. I think Bayard Gaming, if they manage to fight with that team, definitely they can get inside the circles. But we'll have to see how THL and Esports is going to take those moves and how they are going to get inside the circle. But as I said, they will have to move inside an open, and Bayard Gaming will definitely
want those chances to be ruined, and one by one this THL and Esports are being shredded down. Each and every player is getting shot and each and every player is getting knocked out, and meanwhile I think it will be last place from THL and Esports, and it is not good for THL and Esports. They are done and out for this map, and I think there's not much thing they can do because the circle was in open, and they will have to move anyhow. They would have wanted those positions, but all the teams had an eye onto the THL, and they will be done and out for this match. But it's good thing that they have scored. I think they had some good 6 to 7 finishing points, if I'm unsure. I think last time I saw they had some 4 to 5 finishing points. So if they had got 1 or 2 more finishing points, they would have 7 to 8 points into their hands, which is not good into this scenario, as considering they are into top 5s. You always need to get to the top 15 if you want to qualify for the final event of Meghalaya, but into the LAN event. But obviously you always want. But Team 14, that player is making some complete mess. He got I mean, while you are firing on the teammates, you should have knowledge about your surroundings as well. That's what happened with Team 14 player that he beat ETR Esports. He went inside the circle, he got shotted, and just in time he will get inside that cover, but in a rush he went to that play zone areas and will get himself more damage. But nevertheless, lucky for him that he survived, or it could have been problematic for ETR Esports as well. But the nades are coming up, he will be getting knocked out back to back, and into also they are into that open areas. But if those nades are coming up and in 15, but Team 14 is also getting shredded one by one. 2 players will be knocked out. I think 3 players knocked out. The last player will be surviving from ETR Esports, and they will also need to be moving inside those areas. But team number 9, they are also not looking good. Last player surviving, he will have to fight those team 2 as well, Garrod and ST. They also need to move inside the circle, but if he is being spotted, 2 players, last player will be surviving from his end as well. And he will have to be very careful because if he is being spotted, he will be done and out for the match. And I think it's completely, I think 4 players are surviving from Biot Gaming. It is completely very easily their game if they do not make a complete mess. But Team 14 also will have to look for this team as well. But the last player coming up for Garrod Dynasty, he will be spotted and he will be taken down as well. But it is now going for a 4v3 battle between Biot Gaming and ETR Esports. Let's see who is going to catch and actions. But luckily they will be stuck into that area. They will not have that much of breathing space and movement space. One good nade and they can be done and out. And I think the chicken dinner will be coming up at any moment for Biot Gaming. Definitely the last player is inside the stack is known. The DBS will get connected, and when the DBS gets connected, there is no chance for you to win those battles. So match 2 done. We have our winners, Biot Gaming, coming up with that winner chicken dinner in the match number 6 of Meghalaya the Ultimate Battlequest, Meghalaya Battlequest the Ultimate Showdown, and we have your winners of match number 6 of semi-finals round, Biot Gaming. Star of the matches on your screen, so we can see, and we'll have the point tables also at the end of the matches. But it is going to be a very impressive match for the team. Next 2 matches will be starting up in 10 to 15 minutes. The match will be going for the Sandhawk, and guess what? The Sandhawk is always about aggression. Those areas and those small maps always yields in fights, and always there are chances. So we'll be catching up into the action pretty much very soon with you match number 7 and match number 3 of Meghalaya Battlequest semi-finals day 2. This is your caster Delta Plays. After a short bit of break, we'll be joining back into the action, and we'll be watching match number 3 of today's semi-final day 2, which is going to be of Myanmar, and we have our teams which will be playing. That will be B versus A. So this is going to be Group B versus Group A, who will be fighting up into the Sandhawk for the match 3rd of semi-finals day 2. This is Caster Delta Plays. Stay tuned. We'll be back into the action after a very short interval. Don't go anywhere. Thank you.
Halo sok modur baru hot kubleshi hajar ngo ba filaya poi peng ya kan ye ke stream sa shi sin hang ni telayas i lut baru hot mentas ngi kedai ke second day jong ke semi finals jong ni ke tournament ka ba menta kas ngi ngin ya pen sok maulut baru hot ki teams ki ben pen sok maulut ki ben kamai ke points ki ben yo ke kills ki kanang bakin yo book piang ya kata ke tiket ban yo let chapo ka finals te hoot menta ka sngi ngine pet ya ka ni ka match ka padai hapo sanhok ka match ka ban kloy ba ka match ka balong ani hang ni ka map ru ka berit ka balong intense game bet na du basdang hadu ba fikut takadaw fi hablong awe ba ban ni le ka ya ni ka map ka ba nbun besen ba ka map ka ba ngatrai ya kitlan dekan best pahaman lek kai hang ni nomor ba kum kerteng kum takan subang mama nomor ba kidai kitlan nomor kidai besen ki badakat tumdo hot te baru hot ki team sini ki dai don ni ki teams ki babet ki teams ki baklan umdan re ubatlot umdan re uba klan baru hot kadai tang ka rukum ya lek kai tactics games jong fisia de ben penan kami ka kali penan kam baru hot mo hot te nadong shedong ngin ya pet baru hot ki fights kan salong very busy ki tactical teams ki aka baru hot ru but ngashkwa ben ong ye fi ba ka map kasdang nang ni napo lakawi ka kut shapo hatin te hot guys ngin ya pet ter kaya din ni napo bhat paradise resort takmok but hatin te hapo bootcamp ki yo ki aka so far ki teams ki padan la bahir ani kidang syang tu gila bun bahir mendagi teams ki aka baru hot kan te hot te menta pede ngin pet ya kan ka we ka teams ka beningkong ka badai ka four unknown leaders four unknown lead menta sawan jing rai man kum ta na what's go hi ma te bari lang pe reels be shot ka daw te hot menta kidi ki four unknowns hapo bootcamp ka jing ya kharwet hang ni te ngi ka ni ngim ju ong bootcamp ngi shong bootcamp ngani wan namar baka best plat kan ni mo ka de ka hot drop ka ba kidan lang ni bagi team number 16 kita kidai ki flex DGX hang ni kidan lang hapo ka jo jung ka yeng hang ni menta kini try banya kruwet kini try banya yo kita ki gunfights banya yo kita ki team kiba banya yo kita ki points namanta ka team jung ki ay menta ma te hon fidang i unasti hang ni udan bat ke AKM hang ni unasti udan ke AKM nginde pet na kini ki team na poru kini ki team ngine pet ikini ki team na poru ngine pet ikini ki team na poru ki bon ba ki team sabar ki baya fight ki bon ba ngimla shu benya pet i ma shapo cam alpha ru ki dan baya dang ya fight menta ngende pet lang ni laban ini gasly ula yo e katu kawai ka kills namenta ki teams yung ki team number 12 ki day ki TM Kingsman hang ni TM Kingsman hang ni ma ki dang ya fight but ki team number 8 kita ki team number 8 ki day ki DGX Joy guys te so far hang ni te laban i ngande batai shu batai fisia ki fo unknown sang ni ki fo unknown sang ni kidang ya loot jai ki pat yashim ka fight hapo bootcamp ai ken ki pat yashim ya ka fight hapo bootcamp te menta ki dan ki tlan 2.0 ki tlan ne kidang shot knock menta ha ki team number 9 ki bedai ki team idolic kidang yashim ka fight but ki tlan hane 2.0 hane ni pa hane ki idolic uni flap ni player 6 kakerteng te kabala shirkai lupa tingin ya pet pada hang ni mono bala pen shirkai ya ni ka jing ya kawang udan ukar ni suka di kakerteng ru ka shirkai te hot tingin ya pet hang ni mono banyo ya kata ka saw points early points ka banyo hang ni mo guys te kumbang ongai fisia rumah ka zone kat kumgur pet jonga kadang don hapo ki quarry ki ruins ki sami ter ki bantai hani ini bantai rudan hani apo bhat apo paradise resort ter ka pelun bah kata ka zone ka ikai ma te dadap nang ta pade ngin ya pet no ya ki wei pat ki teams mentama ngin ya pet no ya ki wei ki teams menta hapo bootcamp ngin ya pet no shapo bootcamp ngin ya pet no te hot dadap nang ta pade ha bootcamp ngin ya pet namar ba ka fight ni kilas tang banya kharwet kilas dang banya ya ai puk pak banyo ya kata ka points yung ki kanyang takan ho sa sisin nga kala banay introduction ya pisya mga ubanil mo to uso mo sngo ba banya subscribe no yo nga sempat kay dubel takadaw ya subscribe no tum dalam what pen slam what pen Kuloy ru adu kata-kata subscribe apor kababyang ba. Hoy, tenang tap de filabin ini team number 9 bagi team Thailand hang ni. Ki team hoy, kita ngemut fight hang ni bagi Thailand hang ni. Thailand 2.0 ni udon dah ke DBS ka deka gan ka bakila ban yak ruwet adu kata-kata kan. Te hoy, dia ladep nang ta apa dia? Ladep nang ta. Hang ni artillery team hang ni di kilong jai ha. Kambam por ban sim yang ni ka fight nomor ba kitiang nomor ba yo 2 points e kamta yo kido na ban book ya kata ticket satu shapo ka finals ma yo ki hab ya shong no hayeng ban ya pet na yeng ban ya pet na yeng kamlong henry ula shanok menta hapo ki thlen hang ni da kumno ngan batay ofisia ki thlen kindu push bet kinum donjing salia shu ka thai menta ki thlen kindu push bet hang ni hot flaben ini kirang try ban ya push menta ban ya shim ya kini ki ban ya shim ya kini ki kills ki ni ni uprit ni ula shanok biang thlen armut ki team number 8 what ki team number 9 sorry ki team number 9 kila shanok hang ni dia kita push dia hang ni laingut kila shanok lan kila yo hadu laingut banok minta last guy udah usik udah umut kawang uniu grenade hatu uniu grenade ula ban connect nem hot uniu grenade ula ban connect ukom connect uniu grenade hang ni dia okey dah ki AKM mentau labat dah ki DBS hang ni udang cook unit untuk try ban kawang uniu unit nang thina po ula ban connect uniu unit uniu unit ukom connect kan dia ula shong hang ni ngam tip la da utip nem tip le hot ula ban ni ani ka jing kliang gan jung ur ko long ka bastet bau new player 666 ru badakat bau kliang ya ka gan tulum telam ula kawang biang youtube grenade menta kadai pada kapal ju kumno unle kai menta ula ne ban ya clutch kini sia ula ne ban clutch ki ya kini sia ki player jung ki Thailand kita ki badai ki team number 11 ki Thailand Esports ki Thailand 2.0 ngapa kala manga Thailand 2.0 dan nanti hol Thailand Esports ni away show la knock ni ula ban knock sa station umla lei area nomor ba ula long stang marway bat kataru udang try pada banyak fight but squad ban ong ya firu ka ki team ski baya fight apa boot camp ne kila adap ya kata kajing ya fight ha ka por boy ki ya fight ni sia jong ki Thailand ni tengem la ban pej teli lai teli itu mah ti ho namarkan bun ba ka fight hapo san hok le kham tam dengan ngai baru hai fin ya ya long ki baya isha ti ho hang ni filaben ni ki fo unknown leaders kila yo sau point before unknown leaders kila yo sau point bagi ya fight menema kato kajing ya fight menema bagi team number 16 hon team number 16 ki flex DGX kila sha wipe no nanda kan ni ka map mentana ka san hop map but mentaru ngan sukwa bun batai ofisia ba ki fo unknown leaders ki teams ki baklan ba ki teams ki ba la ban wipe you know ki teams ki ba kai with the heads kilek kairu daka gun fight kilek kairu dapat khot daka keti tak kejat bugi penan kami teng nakwaan penang kam teng kan ti hon henry pede kila du no arngut iki player kisa so arngut dia kalalong very hard makan tublong ka very banjenjar bahaya ki bakin dia shim fight hadin habut namar ba manpower Kim Don Shu kila dang kam duna kata ka manpower kila dang kam tolot ya ka manpower ya ka gunfight ya ka reinforcement le ka ka bafikwa ban ong mo kila ya kam duna namar arngut kila ya takadaw apo san hockey ka fight kalong very unpredictable kan jenjar ba kalong very unpredictable hang ni te nginya pet pede ya kani ke team number 5 ru kadang try bandrung shapo zone ka bekerteng ka UCV ka UCV ru kadang kan ma ba ikini sia ki UCV ki AKA mta but kidon ki team su ki kadang tentang shapar zone mta ma teams number 12 TM Kingsman kidang don hot dia ngatry ni hang ni ring in the page you fight But kini siya ki team number 12 hoj. Uni ununo ulaluha ke HP walau syong apo ka bait tu. Usya kharwit nang tinalor daka jeri usya kharwit ma daka gan nga bakala ma. Ndai daka jeri. Ndai daka gan usya kharwit nang tinalor. Ndai hoj ki syong ya kini ka bait kitang try bandung support zone ni mentam. Kamdai ka bait kadi ka skutar bakala mau skutar tuk bahap kenjat takadaw mene nga kami usngaw roy takadaw kadi ka skutar ma te kani ka skutar kadi ka way ka skutar ka ba ngiya syong mensyua ni si ustunat ba man syong mensyua ka skutar ka ba ipa isi one kit yang ana po school isi one shaw yang nga bat yakihin men jonga laingut isi syong ha kani ka skutar ba syuking pak si pak tang shu bakala flip engine hap kenjat biang ya kani skutar te kini siaru kitang deption syong ya katu skutar ka mentan takadaw kin salat ya katu spray nang tinaneng ka baki yes spray mentan ki UCV yes spray ya kini sia takadaw bawang ai fisia ka skutar kadan kambihi hapnya bihi ka skutar namar ka skutar ka way ka best tam du kala man poi kloy shani shatay fi bat bana ai ka tak bi ani jung ngubang ka skutar ma te daladap nang tangin ini pun kut no kata ka jing thu khana jong ka skutar ini thu khana no si phang jong kini sia ki teams ki badan hang ne baro hai ngatrai ki khap long aware ki hap long yuk kumno jai kam tam ki tuli berung sport zone MP hap shu mare ba kini ka zone hap shu mare bini ka zone dam mare te pak bat pok bat pak ki guli kini her na diang namon na room napo not east south west kin her lut kini ki gun o ki guli ki hoi kalong ki besuk ba kadai no ka into 3x loot te takadaw kan takadaw ba kiyo kloy ban loot kiyo kloy ban rung sport zone gum to te ya gitu ki teams te an shuba fi kasa so shiminen san second ban khang no ya kani stage 2 bahkan kala no ka stage 3 ma te hang ni te kan sadai ru ka wai ka ba kham sngo bang ba kham sngo tanat bangin ya pet kin sabon bahagi fight sang ni but ngin jenjar ba bangin ya coop up bet barok hat rumah ngin jenjar ba ban ya coop up ya barok hat ye ma hoi nga kwa ban pet kai hapo ki comments eru ki comments ki don ki boong ba long kum bas ngap podcast temo ote ngi hap ya temo haba ngi ri temo ngi temo walang barok hat ma te hoi te dadap nang ta pade ngini pet pade so ikiwe mentama dia ada de udox dash ula syakharwit menta haki UCV klem poi benar mentan udox dash kidang ya fight hang ni kidan artili ki team sepidang fight ni team number 13 bagi team number 5 UCV and dogs ki dogs they are in a very good position ki UCV ru kidan ha position ka babyang ni henry pade ki UCV they have to get inside the zone because I know about ki UCV but ki dogs ki nam dar po zone henry OM ki UCV hi ki bajan ha po zone henry ki dogs menta ki la kala da khompong ka zone kala sha tai kala let kala sha tai siliang ka zone ma te dala adap nang ta pade hoi ni nang tinalor UCV udan ubadan nang tinalor de jong UCV uni love ma kuteng LOVE I love you guys I hope you guys love me too ma lada film iet yang ngaru iet laka iet ngarungan iet laka iet jepisia te hawat te menta kila ya fight biang saisin urayan hang ni ulaban chanok hang ni urayan kumno ni dodge kamyo reban knock ye urayan menta te hawat hang ni te ka kamlong interesting ba ni ka fight knock biang saisin tai wai tu kurteng tu wai tu kurteng tu way na po jong ki dok jong po ki UCV kurteng duniswa ani duniswa ai kala bakala ka kuno tahu dung shwa hi ulah uta bakala ngaru long badung mai te fi so am badung mai pam don jing ting bom don to ngan ong bi du dung shwa hi dung shwa skoba dung bai na phang bai khrwet bai te ka syong ha kamon yung pisya lada film ya kwa bani karbet te bakala keren ma malu ma teng penjuk sakada uba nil hi udah kat hi ban keren udah kat hi unang hi ban pen te daladam nang taru ngine pet pede so ya ki way ki team so ki LMG LMG kiru kidang ya fight ki LMG ru syati support ki LMG kidang ya fight bagi talent 2.0 hang ni te away members na jong ki talent kila syak ruwit hoi ki dem ki talent hoi talent 2.0 kidang ya fight bagi LMG team number 3 and team number 4 hang ni te kinsa yes I hang ni te ibang balat hang ni gaji kawang jong Indonesia nomor ba ngatrai kidang ya kimetre e push em kimetre e push fi hoi kimetre shu punya push e hang ni menta hoi te daladap nang ta pade ngine pet pade so ya ki we ki jat team su kan ki team su kum tu ngine pet kum tu te hoi ngine pet no ya ki team ki bakham sngo bang ban ya pet ki team ki bayajan kan ma hoi ai ki outcast su ki don hang ni ngaham kalma we ki outcast su ki don hang ni ma ki outcast su ki don hang ni te hoi daladap nang ta pade kajing ya kharwet kan salong hapadeng san po second san po second de kajing ya kharwet kan long bai kum ni harum wat kajing ya kharwet te kan long bai kum ni harum ma te daladap nang ta guys wat filaben I kitlen hani team 11 kitlen kidang mud ya fight but team number 4 ru hani para tlen na di kidon hatu kitip ne em ba way player udan hapo udang jingi hapo udang kalado khang ni udang jingi hapo ma te daladap nang ta pade kitelan hang ni kidang yang hang ni kidang up hang ni kidang up nomor baki bon baki dog gidan stay ki UCV ru gidan stay te hang ni ngatai la ban yo ya kan kill kitelan la ban yo te hoi ini pet pade gini team number 15 dia fight bagi team number 7 mo hang ni we number team number 15 kila shana ki 15 ki bade ki Ohio boys but ki team number 7 ru ki bade ki dark side Esports hang ni unit ulaya cook de unit ru ula ban pensok mo unit hatu un pensok mo em unit ukam connect ba hadu kata ru te ngatrai unit te ula ban connect mentang unit em de sashi sien unit ru klem connect re unit balai mo kum tau kam connect unit balai mo kum tau unit kam connect andrei Steve hang ni uyeng jai Steve hang ni uyeng te ki adon nang thinalor hang ni hapu boot camp de halor hil jung ni boot camp kan badai halor hil jung ni boot camp nang thinalor bat nang ni na po ruti te hoi te daladap nang ta pede te daladap nang tangi ne pet pede lang yakini siaki outcast team outcast buat udang em hang ni buat but Leon kidang em hang ni 0 kills ki kamyo ra hoi utlen Naruto ru ngai ula nok e ki dog su mantan ngai kan utlen Naruto ru ne kam no ne hoi te okay so far ki ditang kini sia artli ki team sing ni pet fi ki team number 10 badai ki team number 10 ini ong subatai fi ki team number 10 ki berbiang ha po zone ki team number 10 ki berkatan ki Garo Dynasty what a team what a beautiful team by Garo Dynasty what a team very strong team I wish you guys will reach the fight okay hang ni pedang ni pai ki team number 13 ki dogs in fight bagi clan ni handrai ki clan kila shem biang ya kata ka kill sashi sien kat nungut kitalen gila yo kamai ngan predict mga saw sun drill hinyo kill maki kila yo kata ka di blind prediction ba kitalen hang ni ngatai ki smash ay tas nam te ki smash ay tas nam tenang ta ngine pet biang ni sia ki kitalen OM bakala mga handrill kill ndai kitalen menta kini hap ya fight menta naman baki don sabar jong ka zone balai menne ki don napo ka zone kiami pada sini te ma ngine pet shwai ki thelen namar kin saya fight bagi ni ki UCV menta namar bagi UCV ki don hakmat jong ki thelen menta ma ki don hakmat te dang ye pet lang ini screen bro artillery ru flamen I bo maxi up ru lalu HP ba kidang udang shim ya gini ka heal udang shim ya gini ka revive sorry napo overlock jong ki kan team number 10 hang ni te hoat kadai kan ni kan ka fight ka bakin ya fight menta kan ni kan ka fight ka ba ki thelen kin ya fight menta ki thelen but ki UCV hatu ki UCV kila ready ni em ki UCV kidang stay te uthlen hang ni ula spot ye way members na po ki thelen 2.0 ngatrai kin sa syak penyap hang ni kan ti hoi kin sa syak penyap hang ni ti hoi ki UCV kidan hang ni UCV kidang try banya fight hang ni kidang try banya fight ni bagi talent prit hang ni udang try ban open ka space na manta ka team jungki ngatrai uprit ude IGL kan jong ni ka team jungki namar ba uprit hang ni uyat marwai shkmat umdon healing umdon ye udon tang da ka bandage dia manu mala hang ni kan ma udon de stang khandiat ban yo khrut hot ula yo ban penyap no you to way members jong ka team number 4 badai Itlan 2.0 hang ni hot dia uprit ula lo ba ke HPA ni udamok udang try ban rung spo yeng spo jong ka zone kumba ongai fisia namar baki disia kidon bhasha din jong ka zone ma hot ublis ru usha siat ne kom no na upoi spo gum tu ngam ipu thau su hot nadin udamok kruit udamok nadin wat le kai udamok ru tambah ula shakruit usa so unaruto mentana po jong team Thailand unaruto udan marwai haduk hat Henry Teli first aid kat Henry Teli ura YouTube pampers haduk kat Henry Teli ura hot hang ni happen dan comeback de uni healing jung haduk kat Henry manta kat lai Teli dan ma UCV ru jai bagi lai orang dan pozon tama ngin epet pede ki teams kan be fight ma ki 4 unknown kings ru ngatai kila sha kwit no shabat 4 unknown leaders hang ni hot deng ni pet team number 15 hang ni team number 15 kidon hapok ke spot ke bah halor ke bah yu ngatai kala bah no bangin pet no drone teh ladangin kan kam yu mangin pet ke way du drone ke way du yu kan kam best ba team number 3 hane kidang hapok zone kidang up ye kini sia team number 5 Henry pede uni umadra ula shak ruwet nang team napo LMG sia OM napo ini giwe team pede team number 15 hi hot uni fast fingers oh tambah fast kumnom tau siat syarut siat lat kum tu ma mdai reban siat lat kum tu hot te daladep nang ta pede let's go guys ini pet pede ye giwe teams pede nomor ki teams giwe kidang ye ruwet hang ni LMG Takila ani ngalula kwa takila menta masin I kerteng jung ni ma ngine pet uni LMG takila mentan ru ha tu LMG takila ula ja shno ngam tip shu hot te daladap nang ta pada guys ngine pet pada ngini team number 12 kita try bani shim bagi ni ka fight bagi team number 10 ki bekerteng ki Garu Dynasty bar ki team number 12 ki bedeki DM Kingsman kidang don saungut berkila yo sau point su kidang yo kan ki team Garu Dynasty layo knock mentang akai menta hot kila knock away menta hot Garu Dynasty la knock away na kini sia ki team number 12 laban sya pendab ruang ni a returning sya knock biang marbaya knock hang ni marbaya knock Henry pedap ki Garu Dynasty ki don napo ka zone obat ka to ka revive ru ngatrai ki Garu Dynasty ken sayo ya kene ka chicken dinner namar ba ki don ha ka position kababyang ba mo kababyang ba ki Garu Dynasty andre ki team number 2 su ki dan nang tinantian mentap ki team number 12 su ki latang stang 1 bandung sport zone mentap ki hap rong ba sport zone namar ba kan ni ka zone kala bamba ki HP jung fi hang ni ai ma hot de filaban I hang ni ki team number 12 habar ko ki dan rong sport zone ru try banya fight number ba ki don ki team number 2 ki page ni team number 5 lagi page ni hot kila shot knock ni daladat nang tapet ngin depet ikini siaki uya Pablo Escobar ni Pablo Escobar udang try bani kwit be ikini siaki team ki badan shot ngai ki fu unknown leaders su kidang tak kada bo ngai fisia kai lek kai placement point ber ki fu unknown leaders te what ya lek kai re namar ki fu unknown leaders kita kat ba bani lek kai ka to placement point hot ki Garu Dynasty kidang yo sau kill so far and ki dan stang kan dying hot ki players ki badang hang ni hot ki hap ya shim ka fight ban yo bun ka kill dem zero ni tak ka bagi ni nya weisha plak ula dem you show you way arngut da ka bagi kum tu ani da ka bagi kum tu khruat da ka bagi hintu te hot nang tay ani da ka bagi hintu ula shu khruat ang tu da ka bagi hintu ma ula you be da ka bagi bat ka pendap bat ka kills nan udah lu way guy pada hang ni team number 2 udang don ya kawai ka fosit and for unknown you udang MT for unknown leaders udang nget yanga uni for unknown leaders li udon syai so khandai teli first aid udan ngam tip mene ura haduk kat no teli ki pampers ura kan tak kadau ki hagis ma sorry mdei du hagis number H number tho antai du hagis kin ta kadau ma dia ni ki Garo Dynasty kembang ofisia kom ke prediction jonga kin job bet hang ni ma hang ni udan so hadu ngini pet pede you tu way pede team ubadan hill pede te ubadan ya ke hill ubadang hill team number 2 ubadang hill hang tai hoi te hang ni usa stang artli ki first aid pen uni u 4 unknown leaders te uni pede way usa so southly te kini sia kita ngilek kai be ya ke hill battle hang ni ka hill battle hoi te nga try stang lightly mar lightly hang ni ka first aid hang ni tang ba ka jing ibang ka jing ilek kai well play to Garo Dynasty namar ba kilayo ek tu ka kills adu 100 kills but ya ka chicken dinner ban job hi hapo san hong kadai ka way ka ba best du de manu pade ngatrai ban yo third i dai kinde hi ki four unknown leaders tang arngut nabut kam first fight ya fight ki poi shadu ka thong ki poi shadu shanie well play ya ki four unknown leaders tang arngut ki em but ki poi shadu ka ni ka makin yo ya kata ka placement points yeah kajing lek ka jong kis ni sia four unknown hite ka itna Garo Dynasty ru they holding the position very well and very strong and very firm okay very well played by everyone good job baro haj team sani kilai lek kai bha everyone they played a very good game kubli shibun fly pe ekni ka san hawk match next match kan sadon biang ka san hawk match kadai ka ba phi hap ya par biang ban ya par pen lau sengkai what ya let say sngo bha ban ya like ki ka stream ban ya share ya ki priyo jok phi ki tu bam ju pe PUBG ru share biang ki tu sia kenang ba kin ya yo ban ya one page biang ya kane ka tournaments ka ba ibang ka ba itanan ine page pre shisin zeros going all out ani knockout claim yo rak num ta finish hadu khandai wow oh my god hadu khandai kill yo hadu khandai kill ka damage hadu khat ar percent this is a world record ya ngatrai em phim de world record Meghalaya record trai lanin lamdai Meghalaya record ru Shillong record Henry ka de record pada hagani ka tournament jungi hadu khat ar percent temo badangaru ka thidang ya bam hi ba nga khandiat shubam no tang khat nga yo khat ar percent tu ni no yo no khat ar percent te bam no tang si point ibarit bahai point kan te teladap nang ta pada ngine pet pada best companion na po ki GD hi na po ki GD IMK gaming ki pada ki Garo Dynasty ki GD kiran ki J Budi dan G Budi GD kini sia ki GD Garo Dynasty ho te assist uyo one rescue hadu laingot healing risk restore squad jokes kai kisia yes se ba so khamo wal ler ta kadau hadu shi spa and rupunyo but survival time hadu khalai spa sau khanai tamba na yele che ya ready lupa popcorn u chips we e bro khaj lada fi kwa ya ready we ru secret ujing ba mo we makalan ru biang bat tang ma philai ready philai shong hayeng phimele che mo teng ini pet pede next match so si sien na yele che so shi pang kelas tang hin match bye bye love you all up tang shi pang in this time again we will be back for the fourth match we'll be back again love you guys wait so shi pang up tang shi pang nila yastang bye bye
tiang pakatuk so cirata Nei liang yong ada dap day maya Malinya ye kya malinya ye chon Manda dap ha man sin day man da em upa Dap lot man sin yong Kalaki wado jing long yong Nado tu kasni wachamo apa da scam da hon na katu chiro wapa Hala emi hai chitom saja Hala emi hai jing bakla Ar ngot hai jo jing mot Wam emi te jing tu Naman sin trang uri apa Wa jing hon yang Chawi chaar Wam ye os nyao kamas nyao ya pa Kayunga, Jagawa Konanga, Siawa the Walanga, Maria Pahaja Sugi Mansin no Jai, Umamare you Perkak, Umamare you Kustai, to Himapaya, Kayunga, Jagawa Konanga, Siawa the Walanga, Maria Pahaja Sugi Mansin no Jai, Umamare you Perkak, Umamare you Kustai. Malinya ye kya, malinya ye chon, Manda dab ha mansin day man, Manda emupa, dab lot mansin yong. Kam kasi kiwan sana ato wako Lani itanyaki Hala emi hai jitom saja Hala emi hai jing bakla Ar ngot hai jo jing mot Wam emi te jing tu Naman sin trang uri apa Wa jing hon yang Chawi chaar Wam ye os nyao kamas nyao ya pa Tiang pakatuk so cirata Nei liang yong ada dap day maya Malinya ye kya, malinya ye chon Manda dap ha man sin day man da emupa Dap lot man sin yong Kalaki wado jing long yong Nado tu kasni wachamo apa da scam da hon na katu chiro wapa Hala emi hai jitom saja Hala emi hai jing bakla Ar ngot hai jo jing mot Wam emi te jing tu Naman sin trang uri apa Wa jing hon yang Chawi chaar Wam ye os nyao kamas nyao ya pa kapha kayunga Chikawa konanga siyawa dawalanga Madayam ko haja sugi mansin no jai Umemare yu perkat umemare yu kuslai To emo kaya kapha kayunga Chikawa konanga siyawa dawalanga Madayam ko haja sugi mansin no jai Umemare yu perkat umemare yu kuslai Malinya ye kya, malinya ye chon Manda dab ha man sin day man Manda emu pa Dab lot man sin yong nai
Kulala baro, aji im jomna Le bomam kam gashi, wanum shana Ado mako Lani itanyaki
Hala emi hai jitam saja Hala emi hai jing bakla Ar ngot hai joy jing mot Wam emi te jing tu Naman sin trang uri apa Wa e jing hon yang na Chawi chaar Wam ye os nyao kamas nyao ya pa
Siap si Kamen si jomna Jini bashisha Inyo itanana Siap si Kamen si jomna Kulur yapi Nanik malakasni
Hey look, hey jaru krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik tedalai To perkat kajak Yaki men step men kawi Suk baik mau chong hai siap si kadang mikis ngi Iman bro hi ha pertai Do is nyao si kuslai Tang ho you nedo hite Perchang lang i wait kai Hey look, hey jaru krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik tedalai To perkat kajak Yaki men step men kawi Suk baik mau chong hai siap si kadang mikis ngi yong pa katuk so cirata Nei liang yong nada dap day maya Malinya ye kya malinya ye chon man da dap ha man sin day man da emu pa dap lot man sin yong na Kalaki waro jing long yong na Nado tu kasngi wachamo apa da scam da hon na katu chiro wapa Hala emi hai chitom saja Hala emi hai jing bakla Ar ngot hijo jing mot Wam emi te jing tu Na man sin trang uri apa Wa jing hon yang Chawi chaar Wam ye os nyao kamas nyao ya pa Kayunga, jangan kenanga, siapa dawalanga, Maria berhajat sugi mensin najai, Umar Maria berkat, Umar Maria kustai, Toh mau kaya kabha kayunga, jangan kenanga, siapa dawalanga, Maria berhajat sugi mensin najai, Umar Maria berkat, Umar Maria kustai. Malinya ye kya, malinya ye chon, Mandadab ha mensin day man manda emu pa, Dablot mensin yong na. Saja hala emi hai jing bakla ar ngot hijo jing mot wam emi te jing tu na man sin trang uri apa wa jing hon yang na chawi chaar wam ye os nyao kamas nyao ya pa Hey, jare krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik tedalai To perkat kajak Yaki men step men kawi Suk baik mau chong hai siap si kadang mikis ngi Iman bro hiya pertai Bro is nyau si kuslai Tang mo you nedo hite Perchang lang i wait kai Hey love, hey jare krum perkat bonjai Lada neman brukam ni baik tedalai To perkat kajak Yaki men step men kawi Suk baik mau chong hai siap si kadang mikis ngi nhau si cú slide tăng ho you never hit there but chẳng lang you wait kai hey love hey cho được krum berkat bonjai lada neman brukam ni baik beda lai to berkat kajak yaki mesti mengkawi supaya mau chongi si kadang mikis ngi
Halo sok mau biang sa sisien tinggi layak poi biang sa sisien mengenai pet ya gini saya lagi tim skiba ibang kiba dekat kiba ini pet mentah pada kadi ke grup mentah kiba ni lek kain jadi grup C but ki grup D semi-finals second day hapok san hok te kembo ngai fisia hang ni hasan hok te pihap ya lek kai bha pihap ya pen itnat bha ya ki gameplay ke jong la dia kam ta kan te guys te hot te menta nga shukwa ban ong fisia ka match kalas dang hapo san hok sa shisien te ngine pet pre ya ka ngine pet yum tu ngim dan kaman pet yem tu tidak adap nang ta pre guys nga shukwa ban ong fisia ba sa shisien hang ni pre gidi team ujai tu ngala ih ni ning kong du ani jai tu mama jai tu balai menen pile kam tu nga perkhat menen damit kan nga thia nga perkhat nga ong yu jai tu trai lada ujai tu menen upron usiat ye ki team jong i thlen kitu badan arngon ula banyo chicken dana lada usupron ndrai tadi bapun kan kamlong very accurate dia ka spray jong ujai tu ma kan kam ibang shushu kan kam itnat shushu ma kan kam ibang te ibang shushu ma te hadin dala adap nang tanga squad ban batai fisia ba kadai hapo san hok match kane kadai ka day 2 kadan hadu di yum tu ka kane yu nga squad ban kadan hadu day 3 last kane la shai ban kadai ka sngi la shai ba khanyu bhai baro khat la shai sngi baro khat kin sa khanyu lot te nga squad ban batai fisia ba ka flight path kastang na po sorry kastang na po kaho ko kut support dogs mah te guys teladap amah dia teladap nang tap dia kidan ki team sang ni bon ha balahir ki team number 3 ngai i hang ni badai ki 0 rate te ngi ki team number 1 ro badai ki flankers esport mah flankers esport kidan ni kidan ki rate kidan ki jantia thrive alive kidan ki authenticated kidan ki 0 rate kidan ki autumn esport the matrix daga GTA esport Thlen Zero okay seven soul reapers young guns JD juniors ETR esport biate gaming der mau biate ai te so far kidan kini ki teams ki batang ya fight menta kide ki GTA kidang ya fight menta te ki GTA kidan hapo bootcamp nga tragi dengan fight mentang ini patch po bootcamp mentama te kidan ni kim dai hot kide kini sia ki bidang fight mentang ki team number 13 kila fight mentang ki GTA ni ki GTA they pushing on team number 13 nga tragi team number 13 kila sha wipe tang kum tu wow what happened GD juniors what is happening GD junior Tiki JD Junior kila syak kerbit no ki JD Junior mah te hot te adalah adap mentap dia hang ni kidon ki team number 8 ki bedang fight buat ki team number 14 ki team number 8 ki bedai ki daga but ki team number 14 ki bedai ki ETR esport arngut ki members na po jong ki nisia team number 14 kila do te hang ni pade filaban i kidaga kibade ki joai ru ma kibade ki joai ru ne kidang ya cam hang ni kidang ya up hang ni ki joai ni joai vare ne bat ko to UMP9 kidang ya rung hang ni kidang ya wat ini sia hang ni laban nok hang ni mata lat luk sharut bro khat ngalingo ko do ko to gan lat luk sharut bro khat abau spray hang ni ma uras hang ni abau spray hang ni ne kumno ne ngam tip re te dala dep nang ni uras uyat nang ni naneng utrai ban rung sini syapo ban yo uni ubai player number 14 mo okay ngat kani kalakut ke fight sashi sin kumno kloi bagi teams ki shawai menta balai kum ni jai fisia layat kan ja plat ne balai na yai le kum ni te jai se ka ja kala ban up ka game te kamla ban up ma oi te dala adap nang ta pade ngene pet pade hang ni hapo painan that is team number 16 ka berteng project is but ka team number 9 kabadai ka GTA Esport. GTA Esport hapo painan kidan hania bagi team number 16 kila ban shime gini ka fight lada gani ka fight kalong very successfully gini ki team ya kawai na gini ki team da kawai na gini ki team kan salong ka points ka babas bahama aba kin kalong boost bagan yo confident ke ejong kiru te ki PA hang ni gidon stage liang ki PA gidon stage liang te Molotov hang ni lawan hang ni uni stun grenade lawan hang ni te kira tribal fight hang ni 1v1 fight ni lalu ba ke HP hang ni we member jong ka PA and then again la shasiat hang ni PA ni gang fight kirang kelam si kelam ngalingo last is Nick where is change out to Nick Uja sino tu way. Okay, uli way nang push ni hot. Ula knock, ula piklam way. Laban clutch. Oh my god. Ula jen clutch. Lag yang tu te. Ani HP. Udi 2D. Ula jen klem mentan. Udi 2D. Ula jen klem. Unix trying to get that clutch man. Lagay. Dayo tu clutch. Udonut jangan ula hair sya mentan. Ma, ti hot. Dadap nang taru. Kibon bagi tim sana ki baya fight dia ngalingo bagi koloi ba ban ya fight ni dia ni gede team number 10 ro gede team lan ki bakten clan 0 gini sia dengan tip shoot kidan ki clan official clan 2.0 clan 0 and are they in the same team or maybe gede lala ka jong clan 2.0 and clan esport te gede ki jo tate but clan 0 who is clan 0 right now mono kini ki team clan 0 so we want to know and saya komen mana bagi dia gini bat kemjuru saya komen lada fisu tenat yo so mau boleh komentator kemudian sengobha banyak komen lada film sengu tenat ru batayanga mana gibom sutenat dau bel ngalaban kruit efisia takadau hab ya sengu tenat ban hab ya sengu bang bat ma brokhai te so far ngan batay fi kidan stangkat art league teams Bakam juru tu ini pit sohani you 6 gun Jerry that is team number 6 bagi clan 0 team number 6 ki bagi autumn esport yes ki autumn esport hang ni ki donang ni nalor ki shona ni nalor ki up ki clan 0 and I don't know if clan 0 ki latip ba ki dan bakam hang ni nan ni nalor ba up nang ni kan because rukum pet jonga hang ni kan hapo map rukum pet jonga hang ni hapo map ka kalong ba ki clan ki lalong aware Ilatip bahoot kidan brios ni tiang ni 6 gun Jerry udang syong hang ni udang up hang ni udang cam hang ni la ka thakwai ru te udang up hang ni kan namar ba bumper plan dala bumper plan dang la ba syong mak thakwai bam no du kwai ubabang ukwai di isu makalan du clams ngutanat ndiat de te ngatrai ki autumn esport kidang long kimlong aware te aduh kata-kata ne kumno ne ngargom star kan on kitlen ne kila ya tip rune ngam tip bahara kan kata te hoy te da dem nang ta pare ngin pet no sai giwi team ska try kini sia kin klam slam ban ya fight ye kan kam sama fight ngin pet pade ko mi gini ki team number 12 ki bede ki reach ma ladang bakalam om ki team number 12 ki young guns hoy kamu kasulay barit ne kamu nangin ya hoy kada kasulay barit ma sulay barits lane kasulay barit lane filabano sulay barit ma kasulay jung barit de filabano ngom taru kabyang hida fi ong kom takat ba fi ong pisahang tu te taladap nang ta pade kazun hi kan sakhang hapo arpo san second yakani ka stage 1 and kan sestang pada stage 2 kan kamlong ba interesting ba ki teams ki hab ya fight ang ni wood banya fight banya yo kata ka chik banya yo ki kill point juki banya yo ki placement point juki ru kenang ba okay ladang apet hapo ka map i dai ladang apet hi hapo ka map ka zone kan kut kum tu kan ka zone ladang apet mga ka zone kawan hier kham shani shapo kan ka zone kawan hier kam shani shapo kan ka zone ka Oh, so sorry guys. Ka sound ngatrai ka kham clean do. Mane man ta kala kham biang dai. La kham stanat dai. Ngathat banda keren baharu ya fellow bro kha apo comment da ta apo live stream. Te ka bhai bagas new mane ka mai dai man ta kala baha te yo fellow bro kha hat de wa le akai yo so khmo la shai. Nai e be banda si ma. Te hoi PCR bro kha ki bi le kai ni ya ai e be ya sempat be khnang ban so bang. Ai bet shuaban siat no nyo bet what junior way are lai nyo bet way are tomo kamut siat bet hang tanga por khanang ba pinyo yo nok lada pinyo way are lai pinum yo nok ra takadaw nyo bet way are tomo apa bimta hare ki bg ne ki la ban cha siat hang ni haki jta J hoi ngam tip jayu ni kende kita ya rung ni hoi ki GTA kita ni la shanok away armut ngasai ki laban shanok ni ki hab ya pet ang ni namar ba ki GTA ang ni ki up be ang ni jai ki up be ang ni ki cam be ang ni kim ai gini sia ki teams kin rung sport zone easy and ki ong nginom ailat ya mesia nginom ailat ya mesia ba men rung sport zone kamot iu ko ta tama ba men rung nang ni na po ka bridge kum ni jai men rung suk ngini up hang ni ngini kharwet hang ni takadaw te menta gini sia kila don shabar jung ko zone kila don shabar jung ko zone an kim la shu hira ban rung sport zone ngatai nambar ba stang da ki routine no na sha we ga jakama te so far ngini pe ki 3-0 ru ki dang shim fight hang ni ba ki autumn ladang bakala wanga ho ki autumn sani ki dang shim fight team number 6 and team number 10 hang ni kila ban shim ya ka fight hang ni ki ukakashi to up shang ini pecah ni nani U6 gun Jerry ru hani udang nok shani shiliang ngam tip kia fight artillery fight kini se ki autumns hadu kidaka adu kata bagi shim fights hadu artillery ki shim fights lightly try kini shim fights balki 10-0 balki se ki BG atrai balki JT iru kila bani shim ya ka fight sa shi sien ti hangni ula ban nok biang ujeri te tamo ula shule kai ani la sempat ujeri hangni te da ubel we ula sempat la shim ti kenal bel hoi ula wai be to ko squad jung kitu sia ki BG hoi ki beli ki team number 15 hangni ki team number 15 gila sha wide ki tilan ru kila do armut you play hangni kan te u6 gun Jerry is this like the right move ba only loot hapdeng jung kawa ula ban sha siat te nang nur la ban sha siat te ngine pet pada so shini shwai utlan hani ula shanok hani ngamtep ushanok hani tabak revive it'll be easy revive hani ma te namar ba hani ru kidan ki kidang ya jangai nani kidang ya jangai te kidang ya loot hani ngai kidu ya loot udi udan nastai ne kidang ya jangai fi baki juai la dapat apo ma kalong ilong jan hate ma te ki matrix hu kidan hapo zone jai kidan hapo zone jai kidang ya dan hapo zone danat hari isyong jai kila yo 3 point so far kila yo ado lai point kalau long ke best bahkan te kadang sa so shi minute ban khang ya kani ka stage 4 zone te hang ni lada khang ni kani ka stage 4 te kan salong ka ba itanat bahkan ban ya kharwin ma kan salong ka ba itanat bahkan jing kharwin te dadap nang tangi ni pet pre uklif ni uklif usyong biang halor jong uklif kom ke kerteng unius tanat tamar syong haklif nu gai te kom ke kerteng kom tahikan uklif usyong ba hapo klif Caster exe not responding ya skono hopo okay toh okay ay guys nga try pala yo skono ka sound jong ari ta si response mo kanian malu mala tuk tak mo so sorry kadai ka umait ta mamane bay bakla takaraw te daladam nang ta uklif kumbo ang ifisia uklif usyang hang ni ay ganya thu ifiem na adu mane bastang adu menta tumo karnya ka ila ngamtip ra ngakren ba ngamtip ira baka kamlong ra kani ka yu ay tambangan dia pa ifisia nang ni najngai usiat Vegas my friend why are you doing this my friend why Vegas ude uplear ubay lekai babat nga malai hikai bayo Vegas bani lekai adukat tukat ni tu Vegas ulah dakai bahu ni lekai ladakai ba pet kakaliru kalajen ing kama kami ing na naman boleh budakat plat Vegas naman bola shim ke jing hikai no banil takadaw te galadam nang tapa ya ini pet pre gini sia ki JTA top utop kum kerteng subang ban ai top ma top ya kita kajung kolong ko stunat ba kita yang fight bagi team autumn sini and manta kini sia ki GTA ru DTD udang tribe and mare sport zone te hot te ki autumn sini ki layo ka revive ki layo jai ka revive hang ni ma erang oh ngathai news stunat pula yang tu ka film erang ngathai ka film khasi da erang kan yang tu te hot te dra dep nang tap ni hot ki don so sha wei ki you so sha wei pre ki teams pre hang tu kan Tihon, teradem nang tap dia guys. Ini pet pada kita ki baya fight. Sabar jong ko zone ru. Kita lan kita ya fight bagi team number 2. Ay, kum nam ta. Habang ay i pada gini sia team number 2 kila push po zone. Balai menta kita pada push ni. Ngasai ni we guy dia shimmy bukan sabar. Hoi, team number 2 dengan fight bagi team but matrix ru hadin uni only fans Gigi ulah shanok hang ni. The only guy alive right now udah itang Ucliffe but Vegas lah dalam bakal mga Vegas ru dan ni ajan Ucliffe dan jan ndai Matrix kilawan nang tinalor ki Matrix ki team number 7 kilawan nang ni nalor ki team number 7 kilawan nang ni nalor kila ban syak rut pet you Vegas ula tur pet you Vegas ula ban tur hang ni ula kawang you tu ni Vegas ula ban yo ekinisia ka kill la ni ula ban yo ban kalong easy ba ban counter ma tambah ki bon balat ki team step ti utiang Vegas ban let stay number ba ki don ki team number 4 nang tinandoru kila ban tackle kini siama this is kalong jenjar ba ki team number 2 bakin rung spot zone ai menta ki have a whole position ai number ba ki dan hakani ka rich am ka jenjar ba hakani ka rich hakani ka dip hang ni am ka jenjar ba hoi te ngidai pet kam taru ngarang iba kini sia ki JTA kidang try ban rung spot zone ai but so far spot zone badan kidang tang ki rich hoi ki rich tang gitu ki team ini pa UDTD udan hadu politely the first aid tama politely first aid healing battle but kadang don extra run saat biang yutu hagis yung kan un saat susu bendeng yutu hagis namar ba labam jing ta yu ba sulit dakapin her takadaw hagis habre di lupa hadu tadi dia tangi di pada team number 4 ini Ujawai Nivan mo team number 4 can berkertengki authenticated very long name not an e-sport name nga try kan show not an e-sport name na bakal ajrong pala ka kerteng teh hang tu teh hoi ki AU ki dan hang ni ki hab irung spozon ki ajngai spozon ngini pat pre ki teams ki padon kam sajngai ki teams pre ma ngini pat ki teams kam sajngai to la aim ta nang tinalor ukruit ki team number 6 ki kuat ikini sia ki team AU hang ni nang tinalom ki autumn te nganda tai fi am ujeri ru udan sabar udang heal te ujeri ru udan sabar udang le heal battle ujeri ru udan sabar udang le heal battle ladang bakala mangakan AU udan hang ni ki AU ki team number 4 ki dan hang ni kidang tribal nation make fight bagi team jong team number 6 ru hot te so far kan ong fi team number 12 ki dan position ka best ba ki team number 12 ki badai ki kerteng ki young guns kim de ki reach ma ki young guns ki dan hang ni ki dan ka position ka babas ba but ngan ong fi kini sia ki jong juai ki wan jai ki rung spot zone perkat aduh kata ki wan jai ban rung spot zone ki rung shadu spot zone e kum tama te daladam nang ta kadai tang ka heal battle ban Gila ka bitang ka heal battle ban ini sia baru ka tang heal battle ban te manta fila ban ki don so santli ki teams but she forward kidang i em hang ni talayak tama ba hang ni te kila ya set manta utop hang ni ulak ruwet manta yu erang hang ni utop ulak ruwet yu erang ni but ki team number 12 ru kidang don hang ni udang kok ya yu unit manta uni GAM ka kerteng ju but ki ngap de ukawang unit sia isto de bala nervous plat ne balai na ngam tep lan tu te UGTA ni ki try ban push ni ki GTA ni ki lak ni push mentai ki ni sia ki team number 12 ni ma but ki bon bagi teams ki badan sabar la ngalinggo ki teams ki badan sabar jong kan ni ka zone hot GTA demon ulayap hang ni tribal ni fight ni da ka DBS ni da ka DBS am ula shanok kala ni team number 12 la nok you top hang ni menta te team GAM ma ula le kai ba namar ba kisah sang lai team mentang ini pet pada YouTube bahil battle sabar mana berdai bahil battle sabar u6 gun ngai naduk mene heal battle sabar u6 gun di team number 6 ngalingo naduk mene udang heal sa udang hilsa nadu menit nadu menit siang adang udang hilsa ma henry pedang ini pe kan ka fight sung ini siap ni namar ba kan ka fight sini ka try kan nang bampor kan ka fight smarkin sa heal kan sa x ai na try ka bangi ya check ka u6 gun te sisin ini pe ka u6 gun dan sini lani un yap no ula yap no u6 gun henry nadu menit ula u sai ta ka heal battle it's a 2v3 match and I won team number 12 to clutch these guys ma ulah naman clutch. Te kano ka heal kano ka healing ka don jung two-way try player jung ki ni sa GTE ma UD2D urang sa kano tli ni fight ma te kadang try bani fight ni top dang try UD2D sa pratli te mentang ni fight ka fight pre menta hang ni ulah push ni ulah banok claim la banok Henry lada ulong patient let him come la banja ka bas ngutanat bangin ya pet ye ma prolog ma Henry brohat kilai le kai ba ngamtit brohat gila kai da kai heal battle bit menta kanang pinyo ya kata ka hot ka san hot kire ka very hard map banyo kills kan banyo points e gam tanah marba too many teams even good teams ru ki kalan hadu ki team ki babet ru ki kalan be hi ma mencoba tayo fisia apa hang ni going all out lah deh hi nak ini siaki team number 12 kumbawa ngai fi young guns going all out mah ni knock out 0 finish hadu saw damage hadu new spa san pu henrio tedadap ta best companion kidi siaki EU assist 0 rescue hadu 3 health restore hadu 89 and survival time 1237 ka finish ru kadai ngan pet so ni GTE top mau finish final elimination ni sultanat final elimination la so bang bang tama final elimination hang ta dei kiyo adu saukil assist adu r distant travel adu 2,954 and survival time 1,405 laya sok mau ni te baro khoj khoblei shibon mo fila epaj so baba ya like saya ka stream ya so tanan ya support lang yang i baro khoj ya like ya ka stream ya pen sok mau lang ngin ya enjoy lang baro khoj te da ka buburam episya ngat pinya don ha ka bor ka khoj ka bakya hadu ime ipa ibadon hayeng kimi ki pait ngat pinya don ha ka bor ka khoj ka bakya to ublay nang kar ku ye phi but ye kini ki teams ki ban la ka Shaya ka last day jong kani ka semi finals bapni le kai bha bapni karwet bha bapni enjoy bha ma te yathya suk yathya san bro khat nakalyang jong ka team jungi ngi kwa ban ai good night efisia ban nakalyang jonga ubasok mo nil mau tho good night ngan sai kando efisia sai texting hapo Instagram ru ma dala dariba yo por light reply ma te good night guys I love you guys take it easy ngan sai kando pre lashai goodbye good night bye bye